Hi everybody, I'm Brent Schlenker, Chief Learning Officer for Litmus.com. Looks like we're going to be doing some location wars again for Learning Now TV. This month I'm in beautiful Lake Oconee in Georgia, about an hour and a half outside of Atlanta, and it is beautiful. I gave a presentation about millennials to the Healthcare Finance Managers Association, and there was a lot to talk about. And so, of course, I went to the place that I would most likely find millennials, a skate park. But I was surprised to find older guys there, too.
I think it's a generation of, these people in this country that have, grown up with technology available from, as young as, they're able to read or interact or play video games or anything like that. Internet, like emails, all this stuff didn't even come around until I was almost out of high school. So it was a huge sort of leap to be like, okay, trying to figure out, revolutionizing the game to, find work and stay relevant and, keep learning, things like that, where I think a lot of the younger generations are, they just can't grow up with it like it's always been here. And I'd imagine that's got to make a pretty profound impact on people.
Even the random Gen X skater dude at the park knew that millennials have just had a different environment to grow up in. According to the data that I could find, the millennial age range is 16 to 36. So let's just make things easy and say that 37 to 50 are the Gen Xers, and anybody over 50 is still left over from the boomer generation. I think the most important thing to remember about millennials is that they are the first generation to have grown up with technology. Think about how the boomer generation and the Gen Xers just wanted to build the world that they wanted to live in. They wanted personal computers, and so they built them. The likes of Andy Grove, Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates were the ones that built the foundation that make up the technology boom that we see today. Millennials took that foundational technology created by the boomers and the Gen Xers, and they created a world all for themselves. This is the world of social media. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and all the others. They make up this space, this world of connection and communication via technology that the millennials gravitate towards and enjoy so much. If you're an older baby boomer or a Gen Xer, think back to what your childhood was like. What was it like when you had a question in your mind that you needed answered? How did that process go? For me, it was think about it, ask mom or dad. If they didn't know, check the Encyclopedia Britannica. If I didn't get distracted or too bored, then it was the next time I'm at the public library, if I can possibly remember to answer that question by looking for a resource, to do it then. But in most cases, I was long on to a new topic before anything else could get done. Now consider what it must be like for a millennial to grow up and have that same question formulate in their mind. When I had to go through the process of the encyclopedia, talking to my parents, talking to other adults, then maybe hitting up the public library, that's a process that could sometimes take days, maybe even weeks before I had that question answered or completed the search process. Imagine what it must be like growing up at that age, knowing that every question you could possibly formulate in your mind, you can just Google it or ask Siri.
I think the bottom line is, if you don't figure out how to, keep evolving the way, technology is evolving so fast, if you don't find a way to keep up with it, you're not going to be relevant, and it's going to be really hard for you to exist in this world that is moving so fast, and if you can't keep up, you're going to get left behind.
There's a lot we can do from the L&D department and in corporate training to help out with the challenges that the workplace has with millennials. But for this month, this is Brent Schlenker, Chief Learning Officer for Litmus.com from beautiful Georgia in the U.S. We'll see you next month.